Hello everyone, you are welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is 3 to the power of t plus 2 to the power of t. This is equal to 35. So what is the value of t? Let's provide a solution from here. So we have 3 to the power of t plus 2 to the power of t. This is equal to 35. We can express 3 to the power of t as 3 to the power of t raised to the power 1, then plus 2 to the power t can also be expressed as 2 to the power t raised to the power 1. This is equal to 35. And something to note here, t is a member of positive integers, as well as t is greater than 0. Now, the next step is that we can express 1 as 1 over 3 times 3. So let's substitute this from here so that we have 3 to the power of t raised to the power 1 over 3 times 3, then plus 2 to the power of t raised to the power 1 over 3 times 3. This is equal to 35. Now, you find that 3 to the power of t raised to the power 1 over 3 times 3. This is in the form of a to the power n raised to the power m, which we can express as a to the power n times m. Now, in this case, we'll have here 3 to the power of t over 3 raised to the power 3, then plus, this is 2 to the power t over 3 raised to the power 3. This is equal to 35. The next step is that we can say let 3 to the power of t over 3 be equal to x. And also we can say let 2 to the power of t over 3 be equal to y. Substituting this back to the equation here, we have x to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 3. This is equal to 35. The next step is that x to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 3. This is the sum of two cubes, which you can express as a to the power 3 plus b to the power 3, which we can express as a plus b. And then here we have a squared minus ab plus b squared. Applying this identity, then from here we have x plus y, then x squared minus xy, then plus y squared. This is equal to 35. The next step from here, let's get the factors of 35. But before then, we have that x and y, these are members of positive integers. And this implies that x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Such that from here, we have that x plus y is less than x squared minus xy plus y squared. Now, from here, let's get the factors, prime factors of 35. That is to mean that we can say 1 times 35. This is equal to 35. We have 35 times 1. This is equal to 35. We have that 7 times 5. This is equal to 35. And also we have 5 times 7. This is equal to 35. Now from here, we have that x plus y. This is less than x squared minus xy plus y squared. So this implies that 1 times 35, this satisfies the condition, and that 35 times 1, this implies that x is greater than x squared minus, which violates the condition. So that 5 times 1 violates the condition, so this is rejected. 7 times 5, this is also rejected. So in this case, we have two cases. This is case 1, and this is case 2. So let's start with case 1 from here. In this case, we have x plus. Now let's start with case 1 here. Case 1 is x plus y. Then we have x squared minus xy, then plus y squared. This is equal to 1 times 35. So this implies that we have x plus y. This is equal to 1. And here we have x squared minus xy plus y squared. This is equal to 35. We can call this equation 1 and this equation 2. From equation 1, which is x plus y equal to 1, the first thing to do here, let's square both sides, so that now here we'll have x squared plus y squared, then plus 2xy. This is equal to 1. So from equation 2 here, which is x squared, subtract xy plus y squared, this is equal to 35. So we have here x squared plus, this is 2xy, then plus y squared, this is equal to 1. Now, these are two systems of linear equations. Let's subtract these two systems of linear equations. We have x squared minus x squared. This simplifies, so this is equal to 0. Minus xy minus plus 2xy. This is minus 3xy. Then y squared minus y squared. This is equal to 0. Then this is equal to 35 minus 1. This is equal to 34. So let's divide by minus 3 here. Here minus 3. So this implies that we have xy is equal to minus 34 over 3. So remember here, x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. So this x times y, this is a positive number. And this implies that here we have minus 34 over 3, which is a negative value. So this violates the condition since x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. So this part of case 1 is rejected. Let's proceed to case 2 from here. Now in case 2, we have x plus y, then x squared minus xy plus y squared. This is equal to 5 times 7. So in this case we have that. In this case, we have x plus y. This is equal to 5. Let's call this equation 3. And here we have x squared minus xy plus y squared. This is equal to 7. Let's call this equation 4. Now, from equation 3, which is x plus y equal to 5, let's square both sides. Let's square both sides, so that now here we have x squared plus y squared plus 2xy. This is equal to 5 squared, which is equal to 25. Now, from equation 4, which is x squared minus xy plus y squared, this is equal to 7. So these are two systems of linear equations such that let's subtract these two systems of linear equations from here. So x squared minus x squared, this is equal to 0. Minus xy minus plus 2xy, this becomes minus 3xy. Then y squared minus y squared, this is equal to 0. This is equal to 7 minus 25. And this is equal to minus 18. This implies that here we have minus 3xy. This is equal to minus 18. So let's divide both sides by minus 3. Here minus 3. So that now here we have xy this is equal to 18 divided by 3, which is equal to 6. So xy is equal to 6. Now, from here, we can make x to be the subject of the formula. That implies that here, we divide by y here, so that x is equal to 6 over y. The next step from here, let's substitute x equal to 6 over y in equation 3. Equation 3 is x plus y. This is equal to 5. So x is 6 over 5, that is 6 over y, plus y. This is equal to 5. So y is our whole number, so this is over 1. 5 is our whole number, so this is over 1. So let's multiply everything here by y. So that now, here we have 6 plus y times y. This is y squared. This is equal to 5y. Now, let's take 5y on the left-hand side. So that here we have 6 plus y squared minus 5y. This is equal to 0. Now this implies here, this is y squared minus 5y plus 6. This is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation of the form ay squared plus by plus c. This is equal to 0. From this quadratic equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5, and c is equal to 6. Now let's apply the quadratic formula from here, so that y1, y2, this is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2 times a. Substituting the values of a, b, and c from here, here we have minus 5, then plus or minus the square root of b squared, this is minus 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, then times c, which is equal to 6. Everything here divided by 2 times 1. The next step is that we have minus times minus 5. This is 5 plus or minus the square root of minus 5 squared. This is equal to 25. Then subtract 6 times 4. This is 24 over 2. So this implies here we have 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 24 is equal to 2, 3. Let's solve for x2. x2 will be equal to 6 divided by y2, which is equal to 2. So let's simplify here. So this implies that x2 is equal to 3. So the second set of solution is x2, y2, which is equal to 3, 2. So we have this two sets of solutions here, x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now, if you recall, we are saying that let 3 to the power of t over 3 be equal to x, and we are saying that let 2 to the power of t over 3 be equal to y. Substituting from the first set of solution here, we have 2 and 3. So this implies that we have 3 to the power of t over 3. This is equal to x, which is equal to 2. And we have that 2 to the power of t over 3. This is equal to y. Y in this case is equal to 3. So you can clearly see here, we have got different bases here. We have a base of 3 here and a base of 2. Here we have a base of 2 and a base of 3. So due to the different bases, this implies that we cannot obtain an integer solution from this set of solution. So this implies that x1, y1, this will not give us an integer solution. So this set of solution is rejected. Let's proceed to x2. We have x2, y2, and this is equal to 3, 2. So substituting this to solve for t, this implies that we have 3 to the power of t over 3. This is equal to 3. That is the first set. we have that 2 to the power of t over 3, this is equal to 2. Now, in this case, from the first set of solution here, we have a common basis, that is a common base of 3. Remember, this is 3 raised to the power 1. Now, since we have a common base of 3 here, that is a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m. That means that n, the exponent n, is equal to m. So applying this property, from the first part here, we'll have 3 to the power of t over 3 equal to 3 to the power of 1. This implies that t over 3, this is equal to 1. Let's multiply both signs by 3, here by 3, so that now we have the value of t equal to 3. So this is the value of t from the first part here. Let's check the value of t by checking the second part here. So we have 2 to the power of t over 3. This is equal to 2 to the power 1. Since the bases are common here, then this implies that t over 3, this is equal to 1. So let's multiply both signs by 3, so that now t is equal to 3. So by checking the two parts here, we confirm that the value of t is equal to 3. So lastly, let's verify that this value of t satisfies the equation. Let's verify from here. We have 3 to the power of t plus 2 to the power of t. This is supposed to give us a value of 35. Now here we have 3 to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power 3. This should give us a value of 35. So 3 to the power 3 here, this is equal to 27, plus 2 to the power 3, this is equal to 8. This should give us a value of 35. So therefore here we have 27 plus 8, and this is equal to 35. So this implies that 35 on the left hand side is equal to 35 on the right hand side. And this implies that t, which is equal to 3, satisfies the equation. So kindly follow the steps, like this video and subscribe. Kindly like this video and subscribe. See you in the next video.